welcome to my second video riding the Katy Trail across Missouri. I ended my last video saying that I would tell you why I chose Rocheport to overnight. I've heard so much about the world-famous cafe and bike store, the Merriweather, that I wanted to have breakfast here. The Merriweather Cafe is just a quarter mile down the trail from where I slept. They open at 8 in the morning, so here I am. Here's my breakfast for the day. It really hit the spot. I met the owner while I was out for a walk the previous evening. He's a really nice guy who works hard. He totally deserves our support. Close by the Merriweather, you've got water, shelter, information, and restrooms. We're now in the central portion of the Katy Trail, which is a bit different from the western part. I met fewer riders here, and the gravel is not quite as good, although it's far better than anything I've ever found in Southern California. This region appears to be more sparsely populated, and the communities that you ride through tend not to have resources for you. I spoke to some locals, and they said the area had been hit hard by COVID and hadn't really recovered yet. Even though the map might say that there are shops and cafes, I found some of the shops to be permanently closed, and many of the cafes didn't open until quite a lot later in the day. Nevertheless, the trail was still wonderful to ride, and the scenery was still amazing. Possibly even nicer. That river I'm riding next to is the Missouri. Take a look at the map. I'm riding 80 miles a day without too much climbing, most of it alongside the Missouri River. Now my plan was to stop at mile 25 in Hartsburg, but neither of those cafes you can see on the map were open in the morning. So I had to press on, glad that I had some spare calories on me. Now this left me with a bit of a dilemma. My next scheduled stop was at mile 62, and I didn't have the calories with me to go that far. So I decided to divert into Jefferson City for lunch, which is just 10 miles up the trail. Jefferson City is the state capital, and to get there, you have to use the coolest bit of cycling infrastructure I've ever seen. This whole ramp exists solely to get pedestrians and cyclists up to the bridge over the Missouri. I think most states would have said, screw it, they can swim. I ended up eating at a coffee shop, which was a mistake because all they had was coffee and danishes, which was a bit too sugary for my stomach. I spoke to some cyclists later, and they told me I should have eaten at the landing zone. That would have been a much better option. So here we are back at the North Jefferson trailhead. We have water, tools, the usual benches, restroom. Actually, the tools appear to have been stolen. Hey, what's going on here? Got us a detour. No detour. Trail flowers. What was that? Well, I think it looks as if the trail is open. So we will see. Not seeing main tire tracks anymore. Should I have gone down onto the road? Acceptable. I can get on the road here. That's all you needed to do.
So here we are in Tebbets. There doesn't seem to be a heck of a lot here. There's a Katy Trail shelter, that looks interesting. And there's also a building that has a bank sign on top of it. I very much doubt it's a bank. I don't think it's anything. Here's the trailhead. We have restrooms. What else do we have here? There's a faucet there. I'm not sure I trust it. Picnic tables, the usual. Should we try getting water from the faucet? Let's give it a try. Actually, that one's full. That one's empty. No, I'm not seeing a drinking fountain.
Why is it that I trust drinking fountains, but I don't trust faucets, even though they're probably hooked up to the same water line? That's weird.
Break laws. I can't prove I ever hurt myself or anybody else at all in my files. Got nothing on me whatsoever. You don't want to give me my medicine. You're not going to be able to make me take any medicine at all. It was like the dumbest speech that ever lived.
Moving on quickly.
Portland. There you go. There's your food. Hello again. Rhineland.
Yeah, hey, how are you doing?
A little better, thank you. I didn't manage my nutrition very well back there. Too much sugary stuff.
Oh, that's not good.
No, it wasn't good.
What did you...
How? No R, just how.
The Winchester is very bike-friendly, but there's no front desk staff at self-check-in, which took me by surprise. Now, Hermann is closed on Tuesdays. That's the day I was there. Yeah, the whole town. Only one place was open for food, the 1837 Grill.
Yes, there you lay, like the dog you are. They call it justified. You're 6 feet underground. She and the sheriff are still having fun. Now that you enter
But the room was great, and after 85 miles of riding on gravel, the food was okay too, and there was entertainment. I would recommend overnighting in Hermann, but not on a Tuesday.